Now for the starting lineups. First, for our visitors from Americus, Georgia. Georgia Southwestern is under direction of head coach Warren Russ. Goalkeeper number 1, Francesco Bazzano. Number 2, J.P. Merlet. Number 3, Mohamed Balde. Number 5, Nick Botka. Number 7, Jonathan Sayers. Number 10, Tiago Elias. Number 11, Mateus Alves. Number 14, Julian Rugel. Number 16, Manuel Duran. Number 18, Rafael Faria. And number 20, Chris Avery. Now for your Mountain Lions. Young Harris is under direction of head coach Mark McKeever and assisted by Dean Gray and Jordan Bell. Goalkeeper number 1, Alex Iglesias. Number 2, Carl Brandstrom. Number 3, Macaulay King. Number 4, Alex Schwinn. Number 8, Val Feeney. Number 9, Mikey Rowe. Number 11, Carlos Gomez. Number 14, Seba Andreasen. Number 16, James Thomas. Number 17, Kevin Koifich. And number 18, Yesid Vanderbloom. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the YHC Soccer and Lacrosse Field on the campus of beautiful Young Harris College, located in the Brasstown Valley of Young Harris, Georgia. Peach Belt action today. Second one out for the undefeated and third-ranked nationally Young Harris College Mountain Lions, taking on Georgia Southwestern State University, the Hurricanes. Canes come in with a record of 2-5-1, losers of 4 straight. They are under the direction of Warren Russ in his 12th year of duty here at Georgia Southwestern in Americus, Georgia. Tommy Jenkins and John Krieger with the call on you for the call on the Mountain Line Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV. Coming in hot with a target on her back, John.
Always, always. That's the tradition here at Young Harrison men's soccer now.
8-0 last time out. Got a victory over on the road against one of those perennial powerhouses, Lenore Ryan up in Hickory. 2-1 winners. Carlos Gomez getting a couple of goals. Look out on the field with our starting lineup. Macaulay King is back. Carl Brandstrom is back. Alex Jack, while not starting, Alex Jack's back, but we're doing it without Danny Fisher tonight. One day, John Krieger, we're going to have all of our lads together.
Hopefully that day soon. We've got Limestone and Lander as our next two matches. We're going to need all hands on deck for those two games.
So we're halfway through the L's. We've got the two biggies to go. Getting ready to get started, and John, I love it. This is, to my recollection, the first game that we have played with the lights on by the second half. Should start getting to the weather that our lads like to play in.
Today's an absolutely gorgeous day, Tommy. It's not too hot, had a little bit of overcast to start with. Temperature stayed down. Now sun's going down, the clouds have cleared off, temperature's starting to drop. Our lads absolutely love this.
Yeah, talking to Costa Lopez the other day just before the team headed out, his Young Harris beautiful pass down to Andreas and coming from Macaulay King, and that's what he brings so much. Said that our lads are really looking forward to the weather cooling down. If it ever cools down, it will eventually will. Here comes a shot, got a good look at it, but just a little too tall for Carlos Gomez. Coming from the left side from Carl Brandstrom. Good to see Carl and Mac back out there.
Very good to see both of them out there. That was a great cross by Carl, actually. Georgia Southwestern deflected out. Young Harris already with the corner kick. Let's see if we can capitalize early.
Okay, now John going without Danny Fisher tonight. Of course, you got Carl and Micah back in there, but what will the personnel adjustments be? Who will slide in that spot and who will slide to where as we get a kick coming from the corner from Mac?
Well, Micah has slid into the spot where Danny typically plays, and we've kept Jezen Vanderploem in the lineup where he's been playing while Micah was out. So it's just basically swap Fisher for Micah today.
Yes, and the freshman out of Rotterdam, Netherlands, you can see that the coach is really, really getting more comfortable as he is getting extended playing time every time out.
Filling the role that they needed him to, and he's doing an admirable job of it.
Here comes Mac from the corner again. Andreasen with the header looking inside with it.
This was a fairly comfortable game for the Mountain Lions last year, though the score would indicate otherwise. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a 1-0 win for the Mountain Lions down in South Georgia, but they dominated the entire match except for putting goals on the board.
And right now we're seeing Young Harris already get started in what we traditionally do. We just keep the ball on our offensive end. High pressure on both ends of the field.
Well, we've said it before, Tommy. If you're chasing the ball, you tend to get tired a lot quicker. Our lads are already making Georgia Southwestern start chasing.
Branston trying to make the pass to Mikey Rowe inside, but behind him. And again, Young Harris will get the ball and start right back with Kevin Koifich coming down to Mac.
Mikey Rowe draws a foul.
Young Harris women, tough loss today, conference game. 3-0 over at Lander. Lander makes them 1-2 in the conference, I believe, now.
Correct.
Did you get a chance to watch any of that?
I only got a chance to watch just a few moments of it, Tommy. We had some promise in what I saw, but then, halftime happened and Lander was able to make some adjustments as well, and it was a 1-0 game at half, and of course we lost 3-0.
Now that was a 3:30 start, right?
No, I believe that was a 1 o'clock start.
Oh, 1 o'clock start. So I'm hoping maybe they'll get back and be here because they really bump up the attendance because they're going to be here. Nice little crowd filtering in, just kind of watching. A lot of people walking in, so maybe we'll get a decent crowd here.
Well, all things considering, on a nice, beautiful weekend like this, the girls not in town at the moment, maybe hopefully soon, we've got a rather large crowd.
Yeah, it really is. And, of course, we're kind of L.A. Dodger type crowd. We kind of drift in a little bit late, but you can see them filtering in. No score early, but Young Harris has controlled the ball.
Looking to do a full field switch to Carl. Mikey Rowe just pushed off there. He's in, actually, oddly enough, Tommy, he's in a bit of a slump. I don't believe he scored a goal in the last 2 matches, and he still leads the team with 12.
Right, and I'm sure we don't have the numbers in front of us like we sometimes do, but I'm sure amongst the national leaders.
I'm sure he is still, yes.
Young Harris ranked 3rd nationally. John, is that our highest ranking? Have we been higher than that before in your recollection?
No, we have been higher than that. We've actually hit number 1 in the past, yes.
All right.
Now, the key to that is not being number 1 during the regular season, is to be there after the season is over and the tournament's done. That's the ultimate goal we're pushing for now.
Well, one thing about in a Division II atmosphere, you know, we can kind of get up close to the field after. And I'm always hearing Coach McKeever constantly hammer this point. Our record right now, our ranking, our standing don't mean anything after tonight's game. The only thing that I'm looking at is the next game that we play. His mindset when this one is over will be Limestone Wednesday over in Gaffney, South Carolina.
Correct. That will be a definite tough match for the Mountain Lions. Not one that we shouldn't win. I mean, we should take care of that, but it's not going to be easy by any stretch.
Couple of tough ones. Actually, let's see, Limestone is here at home, right? It's at home, and then Lander.
That's correct. Limestone is here, and we are at Lander.
All right.
And all things being equal, that game at Lander will determine the regular season conference champion.
Yeah, Young Harris and Lander already early flexing the muscle, although it's early in conference. But just looking at the overall, Young Harris 8-0, Lander 6-0-1. No other team with a winning record in the conference. Now, that's not saying that they're not good and capable teams. It's just saying what it is, their record. Only North Georgia at 3-3-1 at 500. Everybody else below that mark. But still, take no one for granted, take no prisoners.
Just a rough count, Tommy. We're already at 100 in attendance, and there's plenty more pulling into the parking lot and filing through the ticket gate.
Absolutely.
That's always very pleasing to see here in Young Harris.
Back reversing field, long pass from Val Feeney down to Carl Brandstrom over on the left side. A lot of pressure on him, ball goes out of bounds. Good to see Carl back out there. I talked to Carl after his first time out Saturday, talked to him Monday, I believe, and he was beaming just about getting back out there.
Oh, definitely. I actually saw him and James last Sunday. I went and played 9 holes at Butternut, and those 2 lads were getting a few swings of the clubs in themselves. So
right.
He was excited to be back out on the pitch.
Our lads on the links.
Yes.
James Thomas looking inside.
Gomez attempted the little flick for Rowe on the back run, but not on the same page. I'd like to see a little more out of that from Young Harris at the moment. I think sometimes we get a little too happy to use that long ball over the top that Macca is so good at supplying. Sometimes I think we just need to go ahead and buckle down and be a little more active in the midfield. Just keep the ball on the deck a little bit more.
James Thomas in the right corner now brings the ball back out. We'll find Mr. Steady, Val Feeney.
Macca with the left-footed effort, shot on target. Obviously his right foot is his favored, but still not a bad effort at all. Feeney fouled. We're going to put it back in quickly. That's a good position, good spot on the field to do both. A quick free kick, but it's also a beautiful spot for Macca just to serve a ball in and let Seba try and get up above everybody else, finish that off with his head. Between Seba and Quifik, if we can have both of those two large gentlemen up in the box, we stand a good chance of being able to finish off just like that right there.
And we score.
There was the throw from Macca. We're going to have a discussion from the officials, but if I believe that was a throw from McCauley. And Seba flicked it, and then I believe Carlos finished that.
Yeah, I believe Carlos got it.
Oh, they're ruling him offside.
Oh, man.
No goal.
So that was the discussion. So, scratch that one. Score remains 0-0.
Scratch it, though. That was a perfect example of what I was just talking of.
Right.
So that's another dangerous tool that Macaulay King has. He's got the ability to throw the ball 40, 50 yards in the air.
Macaulay missed a couple of games, but back out. Says he feels good, ready to go. And he is a physical specimen out there. He's just a big, strong guy.
It's obvious he spends a lot of time in the gym.
Yeah. Much bigger in the upper body than a lot of the guys that you see. Of course, remember the one guy that was a few weeks ago, can't remember who he played for, but man, that dude looked like a linebacker in American football.
I believe that was the Lincoln Memorial match.
Lincoln Memorial, yeah, I think so. Big guy.
Georgia Southwestern with that one shot there at the top of the box, blocked right away by the defender.
And first time we've seen Southwestern be able to string anything together on the offensive end.
And just like that, the field was switched.
And just young Harris really advances hard to the ball defensively, just constant pressure. Brandstrom too tall on the left side.
Can't waste opportunities like that in the next couple matches, Tommy.
No, not at all. Young Harris already with 3 shots and 1 on goal, 1 shot for the Hurricanes.
Southwestern elects to play short. Young Harris wins the ball back. Good job of retaining possession by the Mountain Lions till then.
Let him play it to you. Let him play it to you. You want to be on the ball.
Long pass over the top, too long. Young Harris.
Gomez be whistled for the foul on that.
You're jogging. Get out here. Let's go.
So Southwestern ball, no score.
Waiting on the ball to be put finally back into play. Ends up going out harmlessly. Young Harris will have the goal kick.
Just some amazing statistics, John. Young Harris, 132 attempts, their opponents 50. Shots on goal, 78 of 132, 21 and 50 for their opponents. That's just incredible. How many more shots and shots on goal Young Harris has took than their opponents this year.
It really is, Tommy. It's a great stat that you want to have. The only stat that you want better than that is your percentage of goals to shots.
Right.
That's something we can definitely work on.
Yeah, because there has been those games. I mean, the guys will tell you, you know, we should have hung 5 or 6 up there. One game that jumps out at me was the Lee game, a 3-2 win. Felt probably in the Aiken game, a 2-0 game, that there were some goals probably left on the field out there.
No doubt, Tommy, there definitely were. Auburn-Montgomery game.
Yeah.
I mean, we had, what, 31 shots on goal that?
Yeah.
Just got to take better care and of the opportunities that present themselves and take advantage of them.
I thought when I walked up at 7, Jonathan Sayers was one of your JV guys. I thought I'd seen this. I said, golly, I see this guy around campus. But, hey, you guys got a game coming up Thursday. You got stormed out this past Thursday, right?
We did. We were supposed to host Emmanuel. That got stormed out. If we're lucky, we'll be able to get that rescheduled.
So I was wondering, sometimes you do at least can make an effort. I know that time and field availability gets tough, but that's good that if you can, shot coming from from Balfini.
Evidently, looks like it took a deflection, Tommy, and Young Harris is going to get another corner kick. Yeah, no, if we get the opportunity to reschedule, we will. It's not our first cancellation this season. We had one early in the season, but we were able to find another team and get a game rescheduled, although it was a different day. We were still able to get a match in, which is always important.
Young Harris with a good look inside with the corner out of Micah, but got a Southwestern player knocked in the goal, but the ball goes out of bounds over on the other side. So James Thomas going to do the honor out of the corner on the throw in. Young Harris knocking on the door down here on the Southwestern goal. Nothing as of yet, but putting pressure. Francesco Bazzano, freshman out of Biella, Italy, in goal for Southwestern.
I feel like the goal's coming soon, Tommy. We're knocking on the door. We've just got to go ahead and bust the door open. Oh, great ball from Quifik, finds Gomez in space. A little ambitious on the shot. Goes out just wide to the right. It took a heck of a dive from about mid-flight, though. Would have been tough for the keeper to handle just the way it took a nosedive.
And as we predicted, nice little crowd here at the YHC Soccer and Lacrosse Field. Big weekend athletically for Young Harris. Of course, both soccer teams in action. Got a baseball. It's a shot on goal. Very close. Oh, wow. That's a horse collar, isn't it?
It is. We got the whistle.
Inter squad for Young Harris baseball, both women's and men's lacrosse, doing a little prospect camps. I think Sean Dever told me that they had 80 kids coming in this weekend. That is,
wow.
Yeah, that is an incredible number. Mikey Rowe in the middle of the field, gives it up on the right side to James Thomas. Val Feeney. Micah Collin for the ball over on the left side.
Coach McKeever yelling at James for not finding him with it either.
Kafich will find Vanderploom. And, oh, very dangerous.
That's that Carlos Gomez pressure. Nothing is ever safe with him in the area. He's a poacher.
And Southwestern goaltender, he's a little giddy on the leg down.
He is.
Might be a time to put some pressure. Young Harris will reset back out to Schwind. Communication breakdown there.
A little bit. Good job by Mikey Rowe hustling and make sure we retain that possession.
Trying to find Mac down in the left corner.
Good job by Burnsy there.
Long pass over. Trying to find Mikey Rowe. Not quite there.
Well covered by Quifik.
Yeah, great speed. Cross it over to Finn. Now he'll come back to Val.
Again, speaks to some of the versatility, Tommy, of our players, that Collie King is in yet another position. I think his third or fourth different one of the season. Not his favored position, but he's handling it admirably and playing well.
Yeah, Coach McKeever got that ability to mix and match.
Oh, another great ball in by Burnsy there. Keeper has to punch away.
Feeney went down hard. We got a whistle.
There's going to be a caution issued to Val Feeney on that foul.
No score as of yet. Young Harris with 7 shots, 2 on goal. We got a yellow card.
Yes, he did issue a yellow card to Val Feeney. Was not the best tackle in the world, although I've seen a couple of, as you called it earlier, a horse collar.
Yeah.
Seen a couple of those from Georgia Southwestern, which were well worthy of a yellow card long before this, but nothing was issued.
Great job applying the pressure down on the sideline by Rowe.
Young Harris still not looking like they're in top gear at the moment.
No, been some breakdowns on the offensive end that maybe some things could have been strung together, but still really making Southwestern spend a lot of energy defensively.
I just hope they didn't make the mistake of overlooking Georgia Southwestern, thinking they were going to just cruise through this without having to make effort.
You know, and that's, like I say, just listening to Coach talking to him, he is one game at a time. Don't overlook anybody. It's the game in front of you. That is our concern right now.
Good job by Feeney, and I believe that was Jessen Vanderplaum. Had a lesson in Dutch on Wednesday, Tommy.
Is that right?
I did. Learned how to speak Jessen's name. Jessen Vanderplaum.
Plaum, okay, so we've been saying it wrong.
Vanderplaum.
All right, we've got it now.
Also learned that we were incorrectly speaking the women's keeper's name.
Is that right?
It was. She was actually up here. She's currently out with concussion, and she was in the press box and was able to correct me.
Okay, good. So what's the proper pronunciation?
Her name is Pien van Kampen.
Von Kampen.
We've been saying Pien, but it's just Pien.
Ping, okay. Women are next in action.
I don't have their schedule in front of me, Tommy. I'm sorry.
You don't have your phone. It's at home.
No, I don't have my constantly updated calendar with me. I left it plugged in at the house.
Well, let's see what we can't find out here. I'm sure we can come up with something.
I would wager they're probably away on Wednesday.
Yeah, and probably. Well, you can always figure it out by looking at the wind, the way this crazy schedule is. Wednesday, we've got Limestone at home. Saturday, Lander on the road. Big week for Young Harris. We'll be back then on the 13th. Regular season seems kind of crazy, but regular season winded down. Young Harris coming in 8-0.
It does. It seems like we just got started, and here we are counting just a short number of matches until the regular season's over.
Right.
Georgia Southwestern ready to make a substitution at their next opportunity.
Going to be Devin Moak coming in for.
Mikey Rowe whistled for the foul on the goalkeeper there.
No score in this one. Beautiful sunset in front of us. Starting to really get, it is a beautiful setting for a college soccer game.
It's absolutely beautiful, Tommy.
I just love it. I'm trying to get my wife to come. I just can't get her to come to these. And told her, I said, you know, I tell you, these night games so beautiful. This, first off, it's just such a beautiful field. Second off, in such a beautiful setting.
Picturesque.
It really is.
That's a great word.
And then just to watch our lads play, you see how much they put into it. We will actually, our women will be Tuesday at South Carolina State. That's a Division I school. And then Saturday, next Saturday, we will be here against this same Georgia Southwestern out of Americus, Georgia. And that is a 3 p.m. start.
Okay, great. Thank you, Tommy.
So hoping our lasses can get one going. They're 1 and 2 in the conference right now. Still very much in the thick of things. Yeah, just wish somehow I could paint a picture, which I'm sure that a lot of our lads' parents that might be listening in, it's probably looking at 2, 3, maybe even 4 in the morning. But this is just picturesque right now as we look back into the North Carolina mountains and see the sun going down with these lights in this beautiful field. It is just an and a good full stand in the foreground. It's just a beautiful sight to see.
I especially love seeing the full stand. Referee having a word with number 7 for GSU, but no card issued.
Approximately 15 minutes to go in this first half. No score. Young Harris quite a few more shots and shots on goal, but where it really counts, nothing but goose eggs up there.
Mountain Lions did a quick shift that I didn't notice until just now. We've got James Thomas over on the left side now, and Brandstrom has switched over to the right. See if we can just give Georgia Southwestern a slightly different look, maybe get something going here.
Mehdi Hadan getting ready to check in for young Harris. Out of the corner, Southwestern starting to try to string a few things together with the passes. But great defensive effort by Carlos Gomez. Got Brandstrom streaking down on the right side. To Vander Plaum. Well, did Von Koppen help you with the broadcast?
She did not, no.
Oh, okay. That would have been fun.
No, I attempted to get her to, but no.
No.
No avail. That's probably better. If she's under concussion protocol, she doesn't need to attempt to think about things like that.
No.
Coming in for young Harris, number 10, Mehdi Hadan.
Hadan will check in. Carlos Gomez will get a breather.
Carlos has put in a good shift up to now.
Carlos, 2 goals. Both goals, I believe, right, in the win over Lenore Ryan.
Correct.
Feach down to Vanderplown. Adon, who's just checked in, to James Thomas. Young Harris trying to string a few passes together.
Nice ball from Yizin. You find Mikey looking for Saba.
And we score! There's that height you were talking about.
Yes, sir. It was a great job. Great build-up through the middle of the park by Young Harris.
Just felt that one coming. Young Harris stringing some things, got the ball on the other side of the field, came back in and found that big guy with the high and tight haircut, and he was able to put it in.
They did a good job of pulling Georgia Southwestern into the middle of the field as they were driving up through the central part of the field. Pulled them in, then sent the ball back out wide. As soon as they went to chase, play it back in with a little space open. Saba able to find it. Put it in over the large keeper from Southwestern up in the top corner.
Saba's 4th goal of the year.
About time he used his head for something other than the hat
Absolutely.
rack.
I think it's the haircut.
It could be. Could be.
I'm sure Medi probably did the honors of getting the haircut. He's the team barber.
That goal was scored by Young Harris, number 14, Saba Andreasen. His 4th goal of the season. Assisted by number 2, Carl Brandstrom, and number 18, Jessen Vanderbloom.
Vanderploum and Brandstrom with the credited with the assist.
1-0.
Young Harris up 1-0. Andreasen, 6'3" sophomore.
It says 6'3", but we've had that discussion before.
Yeah, he's 6'5". Alsond, if I'm saying that right, Norway.
I'll take your word for it, Tommy.
Yeah. Alex Trebek, I'm not.
I haven't had the lesson in Norwegian yet.
Right.
So.
But we've got people that could give it.
We do.
So 1-0, Young Harris leads. Andreasen with the goal, his 4th of the year. Getting late in the first half.
Schwinn to play all the way back to Iglesias. Young Harris retained possession.
We're around 34 minutes in.
Just enough time to tack another one on, Tommy.
That's right. James Thomas quickly down the field, looking inside. Young Harris stays with it. Shot coming. Great job by the defender down there. Can't make the number out.
Keeper had that covered, but that deflection, Tommy, as you said, from the defender, I'm not sure which one it was.
Looks like
nearly
5,
resulted
maybe.
in an own goal.
Yeah, Nick Botka, I believe, Georgia product, senior out of Fayetteville, if I'm seeing it right. Kind of hard with the dark blue jersey. Sondre Olsen getting ready to check in for Young Harris. Another Norwegian player out of Tromsø. True freshman. Good size, 6'1", 180. Young Harris right now applying the pressure still on the offensive end. Mack wanting it on the other side of the field.
Ball back in. Medi, some of the quickest feet I've seen on a player.
Vanderploum. Shot coming, floats it just a little bit high and to the right.
As you said, it's Andre Olsen checking in.
Number 9, Dylan Marshall.
Also Dylan Marshall for Georgia Southwestern, junior out of
Coming in
Thomaston,
for Young Harris,
Georgia.
number 19, Sondre Olsen.
well played ball by Southwestern.
Yes.
Very dangerous area. Young Harris first to get to it, though. Still not cleared out. Go out for a throw now for the Hurricanes.
Ball will belong to Young Harris, leading 1-0. A lot of action today in the Peach Belt. Francis Marion is at Flagler, Clayton State at North Georgia, and Lander at USC Aiken. Lander got to go Monday. West Alabama coming to call. Then Tuesday, King at USC Aiken, North Georgia at North Greenville. Wednesday, Limestone at Young Harris, Shaw at Georgia Southwestern, Clayton State at Erskine, Francis Marion at Barton. So play heating up. But Young Harris, huge week coming up with Limestone Wednesday and Lander Saturday. Is it natural? Is it easy to look ahead maybe a little bit with what you got in front of you this week with Limestone and Lander?
It's very natural and very easy. That's probably Coach McKeever's hardest job of this entire match, is trying to make sure that these boys are not overlooking this one.
Yeah, we're not playing Limestone tonight. We're playing Georgia Southwestern. That's what's in front of you. Going to get a push, I believe, on Vanderplam.
Really not a smart foul by him. Yeah, historically, Georgia Southwestern is not a high-ranking opponent, and Young Harris has not had a whole lot of trouble out of them in the past. And, you know, all of our returning players, they're going to remember that, and they're going to think that, you know, it's not going to be that much difficulty for them. But here we are, almost halftime, and it's only 1-0.
Right.
Just proof that once you've turned off mentally and
shot coming, they score.
Once you turn off mentally, you can't really turn it right back on. That's exactly what happened there.
Body language don't look good right now. Heads down, a lot of jawing back and forth. Break that one down. Just some communication breakdown.
Communication breakdown, mental breakdown, mostly by the Young Harris defense. They got lazy, got complacent, didn't shut down on him. Let's see if that reignites some of the mental spark in these boys tonight.
His second of the season at a time of 39:09. Your score, Georgia Southwestern 1, Young Harris
Divin
1.
Moak, who the sophomore out of Norcross, who just had checked in probably 10, 12 minutes ago, is the goal maker.
That was a heck of a strike, Tommy. It was on a rope. Glacius was full stretch, and he may have gotten fingertips to it, but it definitely wasn't enough to stop it. Yeah, Young Harris right now is just making all kinds of mental errors. And they're not playing like they should. It's causing them. They're fouling a lot more and giving Georgia Southwestern a lot more opportunities than they need to have at the moment.
Well, body language meter, Georgia Southwestern has definitely stepped it up a notch. Let's see if Young Harris can answer the challenge. Seems like right now momentum on the side of the Hurricanes.
It most definitely is. Get the foul there.
Getting late in the first half, under 4 minutes now. Long pass on the right side from Kafik down to Olsen, I believe, or Schvind maybe. I believe it's Schvind over there.
Good. Here we go. Come on.
Pass too tall for JT,
Relax now.
and the ball will belong to the Hurricanes, who will try to build on a recent goal. 1-1 tie here late in the first half.
Yeah, Young Harris just looking out of sorts at the moment. They need to go back to playing the short, quick balls through, back and forth. Go back to doing what they know how to do. Do a better job of moving into space off of the ball. There we go. That's a little better right now. McKeever's not been especially happy with Yezin this first half. We may see some change in the second half. We may move. Now that Brandstrom's back, we could potentially see him come back into the left back position where Macaulay King is and move Macaulay up to his favored holding mid position.
Good job that time of Glacey's coming out and wasting that one out of bounds, because he was on an island right there.
He was. Better job by Young Harris defensively closing down the goal scorer for Southwestern there.
Jamesy, watch front post going towards ball. Jamesy, watch front post going towards ball.
Corner kick coming for the Hurricanes. Dangerous again. Young Harris dodged a bullet, John Krieger.
Most definitely did.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute remaining. We got a Southwestern player down, but he's going to get up and be okay.
Good job by Iglesias coming out and smothering that off that angle. That ball fell to, I believe, 19 again. Had the opportunity. Iglesias came out big, made him push it wide. Just again, that's more of that mental breakdown by the Mountain Lions, I feel.
Getting late, Young Harris with the ball. Mikey Rowe trying to get it look inside to Olsen.
Go forward, Chris. Forward. Let's go. Hit it. Drop.
Better defensive effort there from the Mountain
9,
Lions.
Counting down from 10.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And the first half comes to an end with your score. We're tied up at halftime. Young Harris 1, Georgia Southwestern 1. Goal from Young Harris coming from Saba Andreasen. Goal from Georgia Southwestern coming late from Devin Moak. Kind of felt like we had some momentum going, and it just all went away, John.
Had a lot of momentum and just kind of switched off. Thought we were on cruise control again. Mentally switched off.
Intense halftime sit down, I'm sure, for our lads.
It most definitely will be. Probably a good portion of the crowd might even hear it.
Yeah, we might hear it up here.
Good possibility. I would advise Mr. John C. to turn the microphone off.
All right, 1-1 your score. We'll be back for the second half. Don't go anywhere. We got a tight one here in the Peach Belt. Mountain Lion Soccer on the Mountain Lion Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV. Second half getting ready to get underway here. Peach Belt Conference Soccer between Young Harris and Georgia Southwestern. Young Harris coming in undefeated, ranked third in the nation. Georgia Southwestern loses 4 straight. It's Peach Belt Soccer. Throw all of that away. We are tied at 1. And John, I'm very sure that Coach McKeever made it very plain and clear to our lads that these guys came to play, and we're going to have to respond.
Most definitely, Tommy. I believe that Georgia Southwestern made that plain and clear with their goal. They were on the back foot for most of the first half. They get one solid opportunity, and they made the most of their opportunity. They buried the ball in the back of the net.
They really did, and they came very dangerously close. Not too many minutes later, same player, Devin Mode, almost able to put it in. So Young Harris, who seemed to be starting to gain some rhythm and some momentum and putting some passes together after the Andreasen goal, but it just seems like it kind of went flat. So let's see if Young Harris has accepted the challenge that a wake-up call is due.
They sure need to. There's a lot of things they could be doing a lot different at the moment. Hopefully that message has gotten through to them and they turn things around here in the second half and take advantage of a lot of space in the middle of the field. There's a lot of empty pockets that they could be moving into. There's better movement off of the ball as well as better decision-making on the ball. Maybe not hold quite as long as what we have been. And Georgia Southwestern's giving them time and space. It's just a matter of finding pockets. Right there, we found Medi in a big pocket. Turn with the flick for Jamesy. Found Mikey. Mikey unable to finish, though. Georgia Southwestern did a good job of closing it down on him.
Yeah, they really did. That is just
something we did not do in the first half, which led directly to their goal. We didn't close down on the shooter, and we didn't clear the ball out. See right there, he hasn't taken too long to make a decision. And he's immediate once he does make the decision, he's already under pressure. Right now, Young Harris has got to do a better job of looking at these pockets of space that they can step into.
Thomas looking
Jamesy
inside.
Looking on the backside. Finds him. Put wide of the post, though.
Golden opportunity for Young Harris. Nothing comes out of it. Personnel changes position-wise you see out on the field, John?
No, it looks pretty much. Medi stayed in. But other than that, no, everybody seems to be in the same spots.
Carlos Gomez, of course, is back in. That is no surprise. And it's really been Carlos the last couple of games that has been the goal maker for the Mountain Lions.
Looks like Saba's not out there. Carlos has moved up front to spearhead the attack in Saba's absence, and Medi has stayed in. Maybe Young Harris looking for slightly not so direct form of attack with Saba out. Maybe looking for a little more creativity and combination play with Medi in. Medi and Carlos and Mikey. Tommy, we had 13 shots in that first half and only 1 goal to show for it.
Yeah, and I think we had, what, 4 or 5 on goal?
Yes, sir. Looks like 4 on goal, 1 goal. Whereas Georgia Southwestern, 4 shots total, 2 on goal, 1 in the goal.
Yeah, that's where it counts. 1-1 on the scoreboard. And it's another one for Young Harris.
James Thomas is finding all kinds of ways to make great crosses at the moment. Right now we need to keep hammering down on his side. I think we can probably finish 1 or 2 of these off.
Medi goes down.
He did a good job of selling that
I was
one.
going to say, he sold that one well.
I'm just wondering if there was a title with that used car. Tommy, we were even in the first half on foul count at 7 apiece. And Georgia Southwestern wins in the save category 3-1.
And Young Harris, 1 yellow card, right?
That is correct. Val Feeney, 23 minutes in. So I think that's 23 in. It may be 23 left. I'm not sure.
John Southwestern doing a much better job handling the Young Harris pressure than what we've seen from most teams, seems like.
They're doing all right with it. Part of it, they don't get themselves spread out too much. If you'll notice, they do not try to run a high press at all. They sit back.
Shot coming.
Oh, and what a great save by the keeper. Again, saved by the keeper out for a corner. I feel like one of these have got to go in, Tommy.
Yeah, that was Mehdi Haddon, just so close to getting it in. And we're going to be coming to you from the corner. Macaulay King. And here we go again. We score!
There it is, Mikey
Rowe.
Ball played back in. He did a good job of reading body language, finding out which way the ball's going to go. Finds himself fortunate to be on the end, one-on-one with the keeper. He makes no mistake of it this time, and he's back in stride, back on the scoring sheet. That's his 13th of the season, Tommy.
And it started back on the left side with Macaulay King.
It sure did. Young Harris did not switch off that time. They followed through. Corner kick, well driven out by, I believe it was number 7 from Southwestern, put his head on it, put it way far out. Did a good job of clearing the back line. But Young Harris did not give up. They read for second ball, one possession, put the ball back in. It took a flick, and then Mikey finds it on his foot.
So again, Mikey's 13th goal of the year. First one, he's had a little bit of a slump, Mikey-wise. 2 games without a goal.
Correct.
Young Harris, number 9, Mikey Rowe.
Georgia Southwestern's not going to sit back, though, as you can see now. They're trying to push the issue and equalize again.
Kevin Koyfich at a time of 51:08. Young Harris leads 2-1.
Assist given to Kevin Quifik on that Mikey Rowe goal.
And Carlos Gomez, but I tell you, it really started over on the left side with the header from Macaulay King.
Macaulay played that corner in. Southwestern played it out. I think Quifik found the end of that, put it back into the mix, and I believe Gomez flicked it on and found Rowe on the backside. Rowe made no mistake. He buried that one.
And John's already told us that when he retires and his ship comes in, he's going to equip us with instant replay so you can really break these things down. A little sly laugh. And here's James again over on the right side. He's been so good over there. He'll come back to defend.
Young Harris not happy with just the 1-goal lead, though. I believe they want to put a number more up.
Body language is different. They've got
much different.
Much different. They got a bounce in their step now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're not making anything easy at the moment, which is the way it should have been the whole first half. Right now, Georgia Southwestern struggling to clear their half of the field.
So 2-1 your score. Andreasen and Mikey Rowe, your goal makers for Young Harris. Moak for the Hurricanes.
Collie King looking to produce another long throw, but we don't have Saba in at the moment.
Do have Kafik down
we
there.
do have, and he was the target man on that. Tells you a little something right there. Valfini, probably the shortest man on the field, wins that header.
Solid as a rock.
Somebody's wanting to play and win. Mikey Rowe struggling at the moment. It looks like he may have picked up a small knock.
Fowler Jr. out of Ross Gray, if I'm saying that right, Ireland. And boy, you like the thought of him another year.
I just hope he's not one of them that graduates early and moves on.
Right, and it happens.
It does.
He's a good student, great student athlete, but he is
Have
so solid out there.
very consistent, one of our most consistent players. I have no doubts, though, if he does graduate early and move on, he'll play wherever else he does go.
Sure.
Whether that be at another institution of education or whether it be at a semi-professional manner or professional manner.
Sure.
Young Harris with a number of players in the minor leagues of the professional game right now.
There again, they're running the offense through James Thomas on the right side.
James just got absolutely stood up right there.
Yeah, very physical.
Maybe time to find another point of attack for the moment. That defender seemed to have learned all of James's tricks for now.
Hey, we're looking over to Carl on the left side.
Collie driving the ball well. Takes the shot from distance. Floats harmlessly right into the keeper's arms.
Alex Tahit going to check in for Young Harris. Junior out of France.
That's what I assumed. He's checking in for Jezen van der Plaum. Not the best night for Jezen.
Coming in for Young Harris, number 12, Alexi Tahit.
There it is again, Valfini winning that head.
Giving up a lot of size, but no hard, but not giving up anything in hard. He'll win that battle every time.
Most definitely. He's got the heart of a lion. Rather quiet guy, too.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk a whole lot.
Shot coming.
Well over. That was Mikey, just not unable to get over the ball. Ends up leaning back a little bit with the strike. Number 11 will be checking in for Georgia Southwestern. Matias Alves. Young Harris definitely playing with a little more urgency this half.
Most definitely.
There's Tahit finding that gap.
Matheus Alves getting ready to check in for the Hurricane.
Good combination play there from Mountain Lions. Shot, good save by the keeper.
Young Harris stays with it.
Ball will go out. Young Harris have another throw. Good work defensively by the Hurricanes. Tommy, I absolutely love the night games here at Young Harris.
I do too.
Looks like a good portion of the community does as well.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful venue for night. It just, weather's perfect. Even the officials talking about just what a beautiful night it was down there.
Oh, it's perfect. You really can't ask for any better than what we've got at the moment.
None of that 105 on the field type stuff tonight.
No.
And you can tell the lads love it. Gomez trying to make something happen. So a couple of substitutions for Southwestern. Alves and Shane Madre. Madre out of Jessup, Georgia.
Coming in for Georgia Southwestern, number 8, Shane Madre, and number 11, Mateus Alves.
Get over!
There's some of those pockets I'm talking about, Tommy.
Right.
Yards of space in the middle of the park. Young Harris just got to move a man into them.
Bundy, can you just pass the ball to him, please? You're not good enough to do that.
Keep him in front. Just keep him in front of you. Hey, everybody's got one. Come on. One of you has to go back. Dylan, go ahead.
Another big opportunity for the Lions here.
In front of him.
Mac throwing in out of the corner.
Be looking for Kevin on the front post area.
There it comes.
He didn't get to flick himself, but he was enough of a distraction that Georgia Southwestern couldn't get a flick either.
Great play by James Thomas. Getting a little dicey out there, John.
A little bit. Young Harris about to bring Saba Andreasen back in. See what you're talking about with the high and tight there.
Yeah.
I about didn't recognize
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's so high and tight, he needs to get a little sun on his neck. He's got a big differential there.
You think that was performed by Master Barber Meddy, huh?
Well, I mean, that's what my source of information, that Meddy has took over all the hairstylist duties on the team.
I can believe
Coming in
that.
for Young Harris, number 14.
It's more or less
Andreasen.
an economical thing. But if you look at all the lads, I mean, they all sport some pretty nice dues.
They take great pride in their
Oh,
hair.
yeah.
Me? No. I just run the towel over it, dry it, and walk out the house.
I mean, you look at James down there, JT, he's stylish. Got the little part on the left side, just about a 3-inch, kind of high and tight with a little pomp on top. I mean, yeah, these guys style. There's no doubt about it.
Burnsy comes out on that last substitution. Mikey's shifted over to the left wing position.
Which now, Meddy was blonde when the season started, but
He was.
he's changed. Finn went down hard, but he's going to walk it off. He'll be okay.
Coach Keever not pleased that there's no caution issued on that.
Coming across to JT.
Meddy
Shot
with the
coming.
shot. High and wide.
Caleb Zolman, junior out of Thomaston, Georgia. A lot of Georgia
Coming in for Georgia Southwestern, number 12.
players out of
Caleb
Georgia on
Zolman.
this Southwestern club, John.
Yes, there is.
Most I've seen of anybody that we've played.
A lot out of Georgia and a lot from Brazil.
Right.
I guess to want to go to Georgia Southwestern, you've got to be used to that kind of climate.
That's true. Because it is hot.
I know I have no desires to go there.
No, it's hot. I mean, it's
It's hot. They don't have the kind of sunsets we do.
right. You know, just a beautiful weather place here. I was talking to a former Young Harris baseball player, Nick Crawford, Friday. Nick's from Montana. Graduated last year, found a job in the area, doing pretty well. And question was asked, are you going to go back to Montana? I said, well, you know, maybe some in the summer, but too cold out there. You know, he has fallen in love with this climate here, and it's easy to do because, you know, hey, it does get hot here, but at least we get the 60-degree mornings and the, you know, 65, 70-degree evenings, because places like, say, like down Southwestern, it's 90 of a day, 99 of a day, and 95 at night.
That is correct. And yes, I could see where he, you know, might want to go back to Montana in the summer, but in the winter he's got to contend with feet of snow.
Yep, feet. And feet. And feet.
Temperatures below zero.
Yeah, wind of hurricane force. Okay, Young Harris coming out of the corner. It's Mack. Nope, going to give it up to JT.
Plays short. Val to switch the angle. Val with a great ball in. I don't think that play worked quite like it has on the training ground. Young Harris on the full trot back now. Glacius comes out, causes the Southwestern player to push the ball wide.
Young Harris 13 shots, 4 on goal. Southwestern 4 shots, 2 on goal. But where it counts, 2-1. Very much a game.
Very much.
Andreasen, little header out to Gomez, trying to get it. Good job by the goalie coming out and owning that one.
Well, counting the keeper, that was 5 Georgia Southwestern players against 2 Young Harris players.
Right.
We almost got the better of them.
Almost.
That we saw in the first half.
Great physical. Ooh. Dangerous rolling into that wall over there.
Mikey Rowe trying to figure out how a foul was not whistled there.
Substitution for Southwestern. Manuel Duran out of Columbus, Georgia.
Coming in for Georgia Southwestern, number 16, Manuel Duran.
He replaces Dylan Marshall.
You know, you make a good point about the weather. I'm just not sure our lads would like that kind of climate.
No, not the men that we get. No. I've noticed that a lot of teams out of Florida and South Georgia and that kind of area, they tend to have more South American
right
influences. Young Harris gets the foul just on the edge of the penalty area.
Yellow card, Georgia Southwestern 2.
We got a yellow card, John.
Yes, sir. Number 2, J.P. Merlette for Georgia Southwestern issued with caution.
So that is 1 apiece now. And this will be Macaulay King from the left side.
This will be in range. He can either take a shot or try some service.
He's so many options with this guy doing it.
And he goes for high and wide. Not at all happy.
2-1 remains your score. We are around 71, 72 minutes in.
Good job by James there splitting the defense.
We'll throw records away, John. Georgia Southwestern tonight has been a very capable opponent.
They have been, Tommy. Very, very good effort from them so far tonight. They've not come in thinking that they were going to be steamrolled, and it's ended up being a pretty decent match.
This actually is their first time out in the Peach Belt. Carlos Gomez getting a look, he scores!
James Thomas with the assist. What a great assist. Gomez takes an absolute beauty of a first touch, looks up, sees the goalkeeper squatted down, and puts it right over top of him.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And that gives you that little 2-goal cushion, John, that we've been hoping for a long, long time now.
Well, It's nice to have it, but two's never enough.
No, it's not really, because they still a lot of time in this baby. How much time? We're getting ready to find out.
That was an absolute peach of a service from James to Carlos.
That goal is scored by Young Harris, number 11, Carlos Gomez. His 8th of the season, assisted by number 16, James Thomas. At a time of 72-38, Young Harris leads 3-1.
72-38 in. Carlos Gomez with his 8th goal of the year.
8th of the year.
8th of the year, and then beautiful assist from James Thomas. That was James's 6th assist of the year. Carlos really on a goal scoring tear right now. He's had 4 goals, I believe, if feeble memory serves me right, in the last 3 games. Eddie Mandon goes down. Hard shot in the chest, but he'll shake it off, get up.
16:31.
Looks as though caution was issued.
You can come out without until you figure it out without charge for substitution. You can separate.
Yellow on George Southwestern 11.
Do you want to put somebody else instead? You cannot come right now. Okay.
Correct. Caution issued to Matias Alves, number 11 for the Hurricanes.
No, needs to be checked. He's going to be on the next stoppage.
So we will eventually get it straightened out. Young Harris ball, Val Feeney coming to left side to Micah.
Yeah, Shane, get up.
Good job that time by the Young Harris scoring staff, Michael and Hayden and crew. Kind of
Coming in for Georgia Southwestern,
keeping the game in
number 7,
order.
Jonathan Sayers, and number 20, Chris Avery.
A lot of substitutions right now for Southwestern. They are subbing wholesale.
Young Harris playing with better intensity this half than they did the first half. They're even showing it with the way they're representing on free kicks, fouls.
Yeah, I think very definitely a wake-up call, that goal in the first half from Devin Moak, and I'm sure that Coach McKeever was very, very good in articulating his point.
I'm sure he was. Speaking of Moak, he's set to re-enter the match.
Yeah, and you know, he came very, very close late in that first half to scoring the second goal.
Coming in for Georgia Southwestern, number 19, Devin Moak.
Stay up, stay up.
Hurricanes whistled for the handling there.
Squeeze him, come on, Kevin Moak.
Tommy, one downside to these night games.
What's
Okay.
that, John?
Okay, I changed that. Two downsides of these night games. One, the glare off of this glass.
True, yeah.
And two, we don't have the scenery anymore.
Right, no scenery. Don't see the mountains in the background.
No, just some headlights coming down off
yeah.
of,
Yep,
what is that, Swanson Mountain?
yeah, or Reinhardt Mountain. Yeah, we have Swanson Mountain, yeah.
Drop in, Thiago. He's just right over here. Hey, we got 2 right here. Hey, we got out.
I got confused on subdivisions one day and called it Ramey Mountain. I was like, well, no, I know that's not correct.
No, Ramey's over on the other side.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Thiago.
Yeah, the glare is tough. That was always my issue with doing football games. A lot of places was the glare was so tough.
Of course, when it's still warm, you can open up one side and,
Sure.
and you're all right. But
Yeah,
now when we get into the last half of this season
yeah.
and obviously when you've got lacrosse here, you're going to want to keep the window shut.
Of course, the thing you got to deal with when you open up that window when it's warm, you got bugs the size of bats coming in on you.
Correct. Young Harris looking for another.
Yeah, really looking for Andreasen down there. Maybe he got just a little too deep. Pass was behind him.
Yeah.
Running will get the ball.
Nah, we're good, man. Yeah, you want to try that? See if that cuts your glare down?
Well, we won't be able to read rosters then.
That's true.
Definitely cuts on the glare. We've always got the digital roster here on the little Chromebook beside us too.
We do. Ah, the marvels of modern technology.
The wisdom of John C.
That's right.
Go to the goalkeeper, Matias.
Yeah, glare free. Got a better look at the field now, don't we? Oh,
Yeah, we
this
can
is-
read numbers on jerseys again.
This is great. Might not be able to read our rosters, but we can see jerseys.
Well, we got Sondre Olson ready to check in for the Mountain Lions.
Good thing about it is maybe we pretty well can tell our lads just by looking at who they are.
Looks like Rafael Faria ready to check in for Georgia Southwestern. Now Connor Stanley comes up for the Mountain Lions as well.
Yeah, Connor, he'll be full of energy coming in.
He's going to be live at Leeds.
Oh, yeah, live at Leeds.
Coming in for Georgia Southwestern, number 18, Rafael Faria.
James Thomas looks like maybe going to get to play yet
Coming in
another
for Young Harris,
position.
number 13, Connor Stanley. And number 19, Sondre Olson.
Val Feeney's coming out, as
Give-
is Carlos Gomez.
Val and Carlos both have deserved breaks at the moment. Looks like we're going to move Mikey back up front. Or no.
Still a lot of time in this one, 10+ minutes, but great to have this kind of depth, isn't it?
It most definitely is. No, looks like we're gonna put Connor Stanley up front.
How many minutes, John? 10 minutes.
And Harris doing a fine job right now, letting the Hurricanes try and chase.
Now, explain to me the substitution rules, because there's a lot of subbing going on right now for Southwestern. Seeing a lot of players leave and re-enter. How exactly does it work? I know that there's some restrictions on this.
There are some restrictions, Tommy. I know in the first half, if you are substituted out in the first half for any reason other than injury or blood, you're not allowed to re-enter in the first half. In the second half, you can be substituted out, and you're allowed to have one re-entry.
Okay.
there'll be a caution issued to number 7 for Georgia Southwestern there. Jonathan Sayers.
A little chippy down there by the benches. Sondre Olson kind of getting shoved out.
Coming in for Georgia Southwestern.
I would be
number
curious
12,
to know what temperature
Caleb
is right now. I'm sure it's, I can just tell by up here that how much is dropping. Shot coming just.
Well, Connor got the ball, turned around, took a couple touches, and realized nobody was closing in on him. Took another one, lined up the shot. It was a very good right-footed effort. The keeper had to be at full stretch. Was able to get one hand to it and push it off. Young Harrison got the corner kick now.
Yeah, the keeper really talking to his defensive line like, where you guys at?
We've still got ball back in live.
Here it comes again. And it's
And he
good!
gets it. Connor Stanley, live at Leeds right there.
Live at Leeds off the left side. Just got it. Oh, beautiful job by Connor.
I think that shot took one deflection, Tommy. But
Yeah, it did.
I believe it was going in regardless.
Absolutely.
He hit that with the right foot, outside of the right foot. It was curling back in.
So Connor live at Leeds Stanley on a mission tonight.
Coming in for Georgia Southwestern, number 9, Dylan Marshall, and number 10, Tiago Elias.
Dylan Marshall and Tiago Elias back in.
Tommy, I was informed by our crack production crew that it was 68 degrees here in the Enchanted
68
Valley.
degrees, I was going to say,
that
yeah.
goal.
Yeah, 68 degrees.
Costa Lopez set to check in for the Mountain Lions on the next opportunity.
Now, you start getting down to 68, you're talking about a temperature where our lads like to live.
Oh, absolutely love it. And they come alive, too.
Yeah, live at Leeds.
Young Harris leads 4-1.
Live at Leeds is good as long as it's not Frampton Comes Alive.
That's right.
I've had enough of that one.
A long time ago.
I mean, no offense to Peter Frampton.
No. Costa getting ready to check in.
Costa, one of those products from our developmental squad. That's
Right.
where he started off and now has earned his way up into the varsity squad.
He's gotten some quality time for the Mountain Lions for our lads this year. 4-1, now you score. Goals coming from Andreasen, from Mikey Rowe, from Carlos Gomez, and now from Connor Stanley. Getting late in this one. We are inside of 8 minutes. Game that was tied 1-1 at halftime. Young Harris has scored 3 unanswered here in the second.
Great job by Seba clearing that ball out with his head.
Andreasen finding space. Finds
Mikey, backheel to Macca, sends it out wide.
shot coming.
That was Connor again with the right foot, looking to supply that time. Just unfortunate not to find young Harris' foot at the end of it. Costa finally able to enter the match now. Replace Mikey Rowe.
Coming in for Young Harris, number 21, Costa Lopez.
Costa will take up the spot over here on the right side, and Sandre will move up over to the other side.
So Mikey comes out, had a goal tonight, his 13th of the season.
That'll be a card. We'll be lucky if that's not a red.
And it's getting a little chippy out there. Cooler heads trying to prevail.
And that is a straight red issued to Macaulay King. We will be missing him for the limestone match.
Oh.
And we'll be playing a man down the rest of the match as well.
Right, right.
Really not sure what went through his mind on that one.
You guys heard me? Red card, serious foul play number 3.
Serious foul play. Really no argument with that either. Macca came in late and scissors slid him.
So the waters are getting testy.
They definitely are. Good and choppy like the English Channel.
Right. Young Harris leads this one 4-1. We're a man short. I think the thing now is get this thing done, get out of here, not get anybody hurt.
It's time. Make sure we get out. Nobody's hurt. Nobody else gets tossed.
Right.
Time to just see this one out. Oddly enough, Tommy, sometimes you see teams play better a man down.
Sure.
All of a sudden they realize they have to start focusing a little bit
Right.
more. They realize that they're playing a person down, and they got to try and make up the difference. Mehdi draws the foul. In the waning moments now, Tommy.
Yep, getting on down.
It's good because I'm starting to get on hungry.
I bet you are. You even talked about leaving at halftime.
Thought about it, but too good of a match right then to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, we're getting down to the 3-minute mark. And Harris leads 4-1, and this is one that right now, really kind of the feeling I got right now is the clock can't tick fast enough.
Tommy, unlike you, I can always get my wife to come to the matches because she knows when she shows up, we're going out for dinner afterward.
Yeah, I'm just not having any luck with it. Whoa. See, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get this thing over with.
I think that was just a clumsy play on the Georgia Southwestern player. I don't think there was any malicious intent in that.
No, I don't think so either.
He just got spun around and got caught up in feet.
But
But
hard fall for, is that Olsen or is that Finn? That's
no,
Olsen.
that was Sandre, yes.
Yeah. He got up, bounced up quickly. He's okay. There's Finn.
I guess they bounce up quick like that when you come from the Arctic Circle.
Right. Of course,
He's probably used to colder winds hitting him harder.
Finn and Kafik been out there the whole game on this. Of course, Young Harris playing without Danny Fisher tonight. Hadn't seen Alex Jack either. I think he probably could have gone, but we didn't see him, did we? No, I'm sure we didn't.
No, we haven't seen him. It was speculative whether he would be fully healthy for today's match or not. He is out there on the bench dressed, but just no play.
Well, I think the main thing there is you just want to have him ready for Lander. All lads on duty for that one.
We'll have to have him now.
Right.
I don't fully know the Peach Belt rules regarding ejections. They may take a look at the game report and issue more than one game suspension, or it may just be the one game suspension for McCauley. I honestly could not tell you on that one, Tommy.
Well, we're approaching that 1 minute countdown.
Stand up, Bo. Stand up.
1 minute remaining.
There it comes, and we got a good chance to get a shot on.
Great job by Saba playing that ball in for Costa. Costa just ends up getting tangled up with the keeper and can't finish it.
Calais is having to come out. Does a good job. James Thomas getting back there and giving him some support.
This is the time of the game in high school games. We just call it bleacher ball.
Right.
Anything comes close, send it to the bleachers.
Send it to the bleachers.
4,
Makes sense.
3, 2, 1, 0.
So it is over. Young Harris has gone
Georgia Southwestern
9-0 overall, 2-0 in the Peach Belt, 4-1 you score. Tied at halftime, 1-1. Goals from Young Harris, from Andreasen, from Rowe, from Gomez, and from Connor Stanley. 1 goal in the first half from Moak. But Young Harris really didn't play very sharp. First half really started, just really asserted its will in the second half, John.
Definitely did. That's what they should have been doing from the start. Good response, though, from halftime, even though, like I say, we should have been that way from the start. Good response to come in and turn the game on like it should be. Unfortunate, we'll be without Macca against Limestone.
Right.
Really not a foul that was needed in my opinion, but it's a foul that was committed. I think it was a well-deserved red card by that stance.
Big week coming up for Young Harris. We got Limestone Wednesday here, and then we will be on the road Saturday over at Lander. So you got 2 of the L's coming up, and going to be a big week.
Very big week. If we can get through this next week unscathed, Tommy, I think we're in prime shape. Control our own destiny the rest of the season.
Tough day for our women. They lost 3-0 over at Lander. They'll be hitting the road Tuesday to take on South Carolina State. That's a Division I school. Hope they can kind of get it turned around. And so a big night, 9-0, third ranked in the nation. We'll see what happens there. Mikey Rowe picks up his 13th. Carlos Gomez his 9th. Great job by Young Harris, especially in the second half, to come away with our 9th win of the season. We are undefeated at 9-0, and we will be here Wednesday night as Limestone comes to call. 4-1 your final score. Final thoughts, John?
None anymore.
None anymore. So on a winning night, Young Harris takes this one 4-1. We will see you Wednesday on the Mountain Line Sports Network, powered by Ridgeline TV. No gherkins. To another one.